Hey there, JV. Guess what? It's Tuesday. I apologize. You were supposed to see a video from me on Friday, but you didn't because I lost a lot of free time doing a new game I got, which was this one, actually. This game, it's a lot of fun. So much fun. Like, oh my gosh, so good. I got this game on Monday, I want to say it was, and the game has been nothing but fun, and it's great, and holy crap, it's such a fun game, and I just can't even begin to describe how awesome it is. Great characters. Fun and challenging battle conditions. Disclaimer, I bought Conquest. It's a really fun game, apparently the harder of the two, and it introduces more challenging battle victory conditions than Birthright, and I appreciate that. And the storyline is very well written. All in all, it's a Fire Emblem game. It's great, it's fun. I do recommend playing it if you haven't already. Let's clarify something though. This is not a review video. If you want to see a review video, leave me a comment or something, I don't know. I might do it if enough people care, but that being said, this video is actually looking into one of the main themes of this game and its similar game, Birthright. Instead, I want to take a more in-depth look at one of the main themes and the more prevalent topics in this game. What is family? Is family a matter of blood? Is family a matter of bond? This is actually a really interesting question. Let's get into it. Let's give you a brief background on what the game's story is so that you can actually participate in the conversation like a regular person in case you haven't played the game yet. Which is reasonable. It's $50. It's kind of pricey if you don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. Now I have a copy of this game. Now I have even less money. Your character, the main character of the game, grows up with the Norian royal family. Now, granted, they grew up mostly in isolation, kind of confined to this one castle way off in the corner of the country, but your family members still visit you on a regular basis. Prince Xavier, Princess Camilla, Prince Leo, and Princess Elise. Those are the four Noria nobles. They are your siblings. When the game begins, you are given permission to finally leave this castle of isolation and not getting out to see the world. And instead, your father, the King Garon, I think it's pronounced Garon anyway, it's G-A-R-O-N. Right? Yeah. Sends you on a dangerous mission to go look at something over that way. You go to look at something that way, you find the Hoshido forces, they capture you, take you back to their country, and guess what? You discover that they are in fact your birth family. You were abducted at a very young age and only have fleeting memories of your actual birth father, who was brutally murdered by your adopted father, I guess, and you were just taken captive because, hey, why not? Think that's bad? It gets worse. War breaks out as your Norian siblings come to rescue you from their horrifying captors that have you captive, the Hoshido family. If that sounds a little bit Japanese, that's because it very much is. You find yourself in the middle of the battlefield and you must choose who you are going to side with, and choose carefully because you immediately have to turn around and kill the other family to prove that you chose them for realsies. Make a good choice. Wow, holy that was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my gaming career. I actually spent a very long time on that menu deciding which family I was going to side with. Inevitably, I sided with the Norian family. More on that later. This decision, in fact, got me thinking, what does it mean to be family? It is a matter of blood, it is a matter of bond. When I tried to actually superimpose friends and birth family faces onto these characters to try to make it more personal, it got even more mind-boggling. You know, which is more important? Which is more right? What's the right decision to make in that choice? Is there a right decision to make in that choice? Kind of not really, no. Going to my old buddy, the dictionary, it made the decision a lot more clear, actually. According to the dictionary, which, see the little excerpt here, that definition, as well as many others, have pointed out that, in fact, when it comes to family, definitionally, we're talking about family by birth or family by law, such as marrying into that family and the like. That being said, though, does that mitigate the importance of the other characters in your life? All of a sudden, you're taking characters that you've grown up with, you've laughed together, you've cried together, you've probably viciously pranked the staff who works at the castle a lot together. You might have, I don't know. Up until the reveal in the game, those members of the Norian family actually believe you to be their blood sibling as well. Most of them, except for Prince Xavier, seems to know that you are in fact not related by blood, and yet they treat you with adoration, affection, and all the things that you would expect from a caring family to give you. They're not bad people. I mean, sure, they're in a land enshrouded in darkness and shadows and ruled by a compassionless, brutal king who is all for, like, crushing any dissenter through sheer force. He's not a good guy. He just looks evil, too. I mean, look at that face. That look a friendly face? How about that face? Does that look a friendly face? That's a friendly face. As I said, I allied with the Norian family. Despite having basically no real choice in the matter, if I had been presented with both choices, I would have still made the same decision. To me, personally, the knowledge that these people I had grown up with my whole life all of a sudden not mattering just because they're not my family by birth, all of a sudden being forced to fight against them, it kind of shook me a little bit on the inside. It's just, I couldn't do it to myself, you know. These other characters may be my family by birth, but I couldn't just give up on the Norian royal family in favor of the Hoshido family, because the memories you would have had with those characters even more important, I would say. The idea that family is simply a matter of lineage, that it's just a matter of who you are born to, strikes me as a very foreign idea. I have friends who I consider to be just as close to me as my actual family is, even though we're not related by blood, just because of the experiences we've shared together. And for many people in North America, this is probably very true, as well as people who actually have grown up in foster situations. Is it fair to say that the family you grew up with, the foster family that raised you, are they any less your family just because you weren't born into that family? This doesn't make sense to me. Now, I don't want to go terribly long into this video because there's a lot more in depth I can go into this. In fact, I'm going to do a part 2 video next week exploring some more of the Eastern and Western philosophies of family. Because if you start looking at those differences there, you start seeing the inspiration for the two families came from. The difference between Eastern and Western culture. It's not hard to figure out. Nor is basically Europe and Hoshido is basically Japan. If you have opinions on the matter, agree, disagree, whatever, leave them in the comments below. I'd be interested in reading what you have to say, because let's have a discussion about it. Why not, right? And as always, if you like this video, big old thumbs up. If you didn't like it, big old thumbs down works too. Be sure to check out on Tuesdays when I upload and Fridays when Sarah uploads. You can see me again next week on the part 2 follow-up of this video next week, and you'll see a video from Sarah this Friday. Oh, words. Until then, TTFN, ta-ta for now.